Yo, what's up, Uncle Steel here for a new video, and today we got a Den Draft League draft analysis overview thing. So Den Draft League is a draft league for the Discord. I mean, this is super fun Discord. It's like nice and juicy for my boy Dockeridge, and they're doing a draft league right now, and I was like, yeah, why not join? I have the PBA at the moment also going on, but they are kind of inactive because of exams and everything, but the people from them don't have a life, so that's going to be super nice. First of all, we got my boy Clefable. We're just gonna jump right into it. This mon is broken. This mon gets Wish, it gets Heal Bell, it has CM to set up, plus unbelievable coverage. It gets like Bolt Beam coverage, it gets Shadow Ball, it gets Grass Knot, it gets knockout for utility, it gets an amazing stab move in Moonblast, it gets Signal Beam. Like, look at all the Side Shock, look at all these moves this boy gets. Nice trick for if you want to run Bandit, the best set ever made. Nice two amazing abilities in Magic Guard and Unaware. Magic Guard is perfect on a kind of a fatter team, because the team isn't like, a team had some offense here, but it has some defense in this. It has some defense, and the status absorber is super chill. And Unaware is also nice because if they have like a Gyarados or something, some scary setups, really, you can just pull up without Unaware and stop them completely in their tracks, because Unaware is a broken ability as well. So I mean, that's kind of everything on this mod, but yeah, like even if you go useless moves, even if you scroll down here, you get some GOAT moves right there. You get Copycat, you get Cosmic Power, you get Curse, you get the GOAT moves here. Yeah, this mod is actually unbeatable. It gets double setup in Cosmic Power CM. This mod's gonna be the MVP for sure. Named Carol after the most heavy woman to have ever lived. Since this, look at those stats. Nice fat. Now next up we got the Jungle, the Tangrowth. First of all, I had Shaman here when I drafted, but I switched my pick to Tangrowth with the swiftness, because this mon, actually, this is what I didn't know, right? It has 110, 100 attack, which is super fire. Like, I didn't even know this, but this shit gets nice coverage as well in Earthquake, Brick Break, Rock Slide, and shit like that. And then a super powerful Giga Drain or Leaf Storm could come out. This shit gets Sleep Powder, Leech Seed, Knockoff. It gets of course all hidden powers, but I can use them really well. Like if the opponent has a Kartana, you can just HP fire that piece of shit and just wear it, like just one shot it basically. And yeah, we got like Poison Jab and everything. Like if they have a Wooloo, pull up with Poison Jab Tangrowth, ooh, molested. And yeah, this mon gets some fire moves. It gets SD, bro, SD Tangrowth. Like, do you believe it? This mon is unbelievable. This mon's broken. Like the moves that this mon gets, like I didn't even know that this mon was this broken, but it definitely is. And it gets that regen, best ability in the entire game. It gets Chlorophyll, so prepare for Dual Dance. Sunday SD Tangrowth to bop some kids. But yeah, Tangrowth is super fire. The Spadef and the speed are kind of downsides, because without an AV, special attacks could really molest this shit. But it's still kind of a cool Pokemon with that regen on deck. And I really love this Pokemon, and I think it's going to be putting in a lot of work for my defensive core. The next Pokemon on my defensive core is Jagology here. Now Jagology, I mean, its defensive stats are pretty fine. Its HP is not that great, but this Pokemon is an amazing mix of defense and offense. It gets some great defense, like it has some great defense, but it like adaptability Draco, who's switching in. Like hello, like nothing switches in except for a Fairy type. Oops, we got Sludge Wave on deck as well. Goodbye, Mr. Fairy type. Got Focus Blast for them steals. You can run a Hidden Power to tech on something. And you can run it pretty effectively because of its 100 special attacks that are almost 100. It gets Scald, Shadow Ball, it gets a T-Bolt. What is this coverage? It got T-Spikes, and it's a T-Spikes absorber because it's a grounded poison type, which is super important in draft, especially if you have some Pokemon like Jungle and Shelly in the back, which don't appreciate T-Spikes at all. So Pokemon like Jagology, to slurp them up and even set them up for yourself is super nice. Yeah, T-Spikes plus some of these Pokemon are super nasty, dude. Like, you don't even want to face that. It gets Haze, which I didn't even know, which is super cool. It gets Haze and Dragon Tail, so you can stop Setup Sweepers. Although I already have an Unaware Pokemon, but I still have that. It gets some cool moves, and like this is basically a sick ass Pokemon. AV Jagology is super fat. Like you can never kill that with a Spadef or with a special move. It always slurps those shit up. And like if you go into this physical attacker, Scald, nice easy burn if you're lucky. But yeah, Pearl is super fire. And this is a Pokemon I'm super hyped to use, because this mon, like, look at these attacks. It has great stats, and this is just a mon it's in tier 3, I think, and I think it's like, I don't think it should be tier 2, but it's definitely a steal, and definitely amazing. So with Wish Support as well, with Wish Support from Carol, you can just wish that boy right back up, because it doesn't have reliable recovery outside of this best move in the game is Rest, but outside of that, it doesn't have reliable recovery. So you get that Wish Pass into Pearl, which is super nice. Then next up we got Docker Pranks, because it has Prankster. Nice. Docker Pranks, it's kind of like a meme in the Discord, the owner Dockerich. We're kind of memeing him for, like, he has a YouTube with like a lot of subscribers, but we're memeing him that he should start a prank channel called Docker Pranks, and that's what this is named after. So this is like, I wanted Haunchcrow as first because I wanted Haunchcrow and Stoutland here in the last slot to help with the sand, get another sand sweeper. But I drafted Haunchcrow and then Stoutland got sniped, so I picked Liepard and Docker Pranks. Now we got double Prankster, which is kind of cool, to be honest. And this mon gets some fire. This mon, of course you can Prankster shut down, but it also gets Defiance, so that's two amazing abilities once again. It gets a defog, which, I mean, it's not that reliable of a defogger since its defensive stats are not that amazing, but it's still like super fast and it gets Prankster defog. So unless they have a dark type, you should be fine. And it gets amazing coverage in like Sludge Wave, Psychic, like Grass Knot, Hammer Arm, Heat Wave, Extra Sensory, I mean, I already said Psychic, but yeah, Focus Blast, Knockoff, Dark Pulse, like Stab, Hurricanes, and Air Slashes. This mon is super fire, and it gets set up in Agility and Bulk Up as well. And I don't know if it gets CM, I don't think it does, but it would be nice. No, it does not get CM, but it gets Momentum and U-Turn, though. It gets U-Turn, Knockoff, it could be the two best moves in the game. And it gets Tailwind support for the rest of the team, which could be cool, could be used. It gets Prankster Taunt, which could be super cool as well. U-Turn, obviously, for Momentum. You can like be a sub bulk up set or something like that, which could be nice. I'm kind of revealing sets at the moment, so if my opponents are watching this, nice set reveal. You can run Acrobatics Itemless, which is cool because it's coming off a very high attack stat, but look at those mixed attacking stats. That's what I love about certain Pokemon that have like mixed attacking stats. It has two amazing abilities. You never know what's coming with this. And yeah, this thing can prank you all the way across the dimensions. I don't think it has too many good moves in here, but yeah, if you just pull up with that Pranks to Confide and lower their special attack, it is over. If I were to have a like a rain team or something, this would be like extra fire since it gets Prankster Rain Dance, but I don't. I have a sand team, and it does not get Prankster Sandstorm, unfortunately, but it's still super fire. And yeah, that's basically everything, but yeah, its defensive stats, they're not the best, but base 80s, I mean, like, it's 80, 70, 80. That's not that horrible. Speed stat is amazing, special attack is amazing, attack is amazing. And for a tier, I think this was a tier, yeah, this was also a tier 3, but for that, it's a pretty good Pokemon, to be honest. It's a nice flying type. There's pure flying as well. Next Pokemon here is the best electric type in the game. It is Electros. This is the biggest steal ever. Nice tier 4 Electros. I think it should, I guess, be in tier 4. But this is like a huge steal, because electric types that are not weak to ground are huge in draft format. Because, like, especially with a team like this, we've had like double ground weak here, you have ground weak here, ground weak here. This team is like super ground weak. But yeah, then if your electric type is immune to ground and can just like, yeah, I mean, Electros, if you see in the PBA, Lamprey is one of my MVPs right there. And it puts in so much work. It gets like steel, fire, grass. Like all of my Pokemon get so many coverage moves, and that's what I love about this team. Like the coverage on this team is unholy. It also gets setup moves in Coil and Home Claws, which doesn't really matter. But if you're running like Home Claws, Aqua Tail or something, it doesn't. Yeah, no, doesn't really make sense. But Coil is, I guess, a super fire setup move. It gets U-Turn plus Volt Switch with double momentum, which is cool. It gets that T-Wave on deck with nice broken attack. It gets Super Fang, which I've actually used quite a lot. It gets Roar to phase. It gets like knockoff plus U-Turn, the unholy Tornadus combination. Like that's like the combo that makes holy fuck. I got like a little thing, but yeah, that makes Tornadus T good in OU. But yeah, it gets all these cool moves, and like something like Coil. This shit gets Wild Charge, right? Like Coil. T-Punch, Coil, Wild Charge could be super cool with Drain Punch and Aqua Tail. Like that could really shut down a certain team. And then you get Wish Support, like AV Electros plus Wish Support sounds really fire. And yeah, that's basically Electros. It's gonna put in a lot of work. I can already smell it. Yeah, I smell Electros putting in work for sure. And yeah, this mon's gonna be super delicious. Nice Giga Drain to shut down grounds. I mean, Giga Drain plus HPIs can shut down any ground. Although every mon, of course, gets hidden power, but that's fine. I mean, look at that special attack stat. Again, amazing attack, amazing special attack. Great. Another Pokemon with 50 speed. That's kind of a bit iffy. 2 Pokemon 50 speed, that means you can get speed create super easily. But Tangrowth is never going to be running speed, and Electros can run speed, so I guess it's fine. It's not that bad. And yeah, the defenses are pretty fine. It's not that amazing, but it's actually pretty fine, and with an AV, you're definitely going to be a nice special wall. The next Pokemon is the biggest tier 5 steal of them all. It's the Uncle, the best to ever do it. So I needed a fire type here. This was like basically my second to last pick, and I just needed a fire type. And I was originally going to pick McMortar, but that boy is slow as shit. And then I looked and I saw this mon. This is one of my Z-Mons as well. I guess I could just like add it right here. Wait, what am I doing? There. Uncle, the Z-Mon. It doesn't really get good abilities. Gluttony and Blaze are not that amazing, but It gets some fire moves. I mean, it's not that amazing, but it's I guess kind of cool. It gets like knockoff right there. It gets power up punch to get that setup on deck. It gets taunt, which is cool. It gets Willow, and it gets Z. It gets an okay move pool for a Z Pokemon, because if you don't know like how you organize the Z-Mons, if you were to choose a tier 1 Z-move Pokemon like this one, because this is my other Z-move Pokemon, as I kind of fuck up there, then you have to choose a tier 5 for the last one. You could pick like tier 2 and tier 4, or 2 tier 3s. That's basically how it works. So I had to pick a tier 5, and it was either this or Liepard. So I was like, a Liepard would be fine as well, but I just like Simisear a bit better, and Simisear is actually pretty strong on the special side. Like, it's almost 100. That's pretty fire. And it gets some fire moves, I guess. Like, it gets some cool moves. Special attack and attack, again, both the same. And like, you never know what's coming with this boy, because like Z Poison, you can run Z Poison, Z Dark, Z Fighting, Z Fire to get that nuke, Z Rock, Z Ghost, Z everything, Z Taunt to get that. I don't know what that does, but it sure does something fire. You already know. Z Flying. If you want to hit, like, nobody knows what you want to hit, but yeah. This mon gets some fire moves, and I mean, it's not that amazing of a Z-Mon, because it's like, its coverage is not that amazing, but it's sure fine. And Z Grassnot could put in a whole bunch of work versus water types, so that's like one of the main reasons I wanted this as a Z-move user, because Z Grassnot sounds kind of powerful, to be honest. So yeah, Uncle, nice speed tier as well. I haven't even talked about this. This is basically the best speed tier in, like, without joking, because I'm calling all my Pokemon the best, obviously, but this is literally the best speed tier, because you outspeed all of those base 100s. And if you didn't know, like, all of these Pokemon in Draft League, like Zapdos, all of the mythical Pokemon, like, just a lot. I can't really name them, aside from Zapdos and all the mythicals, but there are a lot of Pokemon to get base 100. I don't have any on my team at the moment, but I only have this 101 Simisear, and Simisear can outspeed them all if you just run Max Timid or Max Jolly. So that's gonna be nice. It's a Nasty Plot setup. That didn't even talk about that. So Nasty Plots into a Z move could definitely blow something away. So on to the next Pokemon. This is the best Mega. I mean, just calling all my Pokemon the best casually. Unfortunately, Baton Pass is banned. Otherwise, Lopunny is actually like undisputed the best Mega, because you can Cosmic Power or Agility Pass into other Pokemon. But it's still super fire. It's kind of one-dimensional, to be honest, because you're gonna be running the same few moves, basically. You have like your fighting move, you have like your fake out, you have your return, then you have like one tech move like Encore, Magic Coat, maybe Fire Punch if they have a Scizor, or something, or a Fortress or something like that. Maybe Ice Punch if they have a Lando, and just something like that. Or like Sub or something. You can run Sub Power Punch, which sounds kind of fire. Like T-Wave if you want to be a Scumlord. Just T-Wave them on the Switch, easy. A Toxic if they have like a Cofagrigus or something like that. I mean, it's kind of one-dimensional, but it's still super fire. Like, look at that attack, look at that speed, unbeatable Pokemon. Like, it doesn't really have special attack, which, that's fine. And this is something most people don't know unless they've, like, actually faced a Lopunny. Then they're in battle versus it, and they're like, oh, this is gonna kill. They hit up that calculator, they type it in, they're like, wait, what the fuck? How does Lopunny eat this shit? But Lopunny, for an offensive Pokemon, is actually pretty fat. Like, most people don't know this, but its HP is not that amazing. But Defense and Spidef are actually two great stats on this Pokemon. And there's actually, like, it's actually a super fire Pokemon overall. It gets Healing Wish as well, so I got double Healing Wish in Carol and Vanilla here. And we got that, yeah, so basically we can double Healing Wish into something like Excadrill, or something like a defensive Pokemon even. So yeah, I have two options for Healing Wish, which is super nice. I get some setup in this, I get some Magic Coat to tech on the opponent and flex on them completely. And that's basically Lopunny. Scrappy, also amazing ability, everyone already knows about the Scrap. Now, next is my core. This is, Core's a Mole Lester. It's a super, look at the Mole Lester. Oh, fuck, I'm so good. But this Pokemon gets three amazing, not one, not two, three of them. We got Sandrush and Sandforce if you want to pair it with Quartz, the Gigalith. But even if you want to bring it on your own, you still got Mold Breaker, which can be cool versus Magic Bouncers instead of Stealth Rocks. It can be cool versus something like a Levitator to get your Earthquakes off. It can be cool versus nothing else, because Mold Breaker is a horrible ability, but apart from that, it is still kind of fire. And this is my Z-Mon, and you might think this is kind of a horrible Z-Mon because it doesn't really get coverage, but it gets the Z-moves you need, and it basically gets the job done. So yeah, if you can run like Z Rock for a flying type, if you can run like Z Steel or Z Ground as a nuke, or like Z Poison / Z Bug for a grass type or something like that, that could definitely be super cool. And this is gonna be my speed control, kind of like this plus Lopunny, which is like, this is kind of like Lopunny Sand, the best archetype in ORAS, or at least one of the best archetypes now that Stall is gone. Like, Lopunny Sand, I actually love that. You would run that with a T-Tar, obviously, but still super cool. And this is like mono fighting week, but I guess we got this Clef in the back, we got Shelly in the back, 2 amazing defensive Pokemon. I can cover that. And yeah, but yeah, this shit gets Rapid Spin plus Rock, so you get hazard removal and he basically gets full hazard control in one slot, which is cool. You got Sub and SD as 2 setup opportunities. I mean, if you can combine them, that would be super nice. It's Facade if you want to flex on the opponent real hard. And that's basically it. It gets Drillrun for if they have a Bulu, and that's a super strong ground attack that does not get affected by Grassy Terrain, which is kind of cool. I kind of wanted to pair Excadrill with a Bulu once, because like that sounds super fire, because you can just get that Drillrun and you can have a strong ground type that's not named Zygarde plus Bulu. But yeah, also a reason that I just like thought of right now why I picked Tangrowth and why I want Shaman, because with a sand team like this, you're not gonna bring a sand always, obviously. Like, you're not gonna bring the same team always. But if you bring sand, and if your defensive grass type relies on synthesis to survive, it's only gonna be healing a little bit of HP, and you don't want that. So you basically want a grass type that heals through other means, like Regenerator, like Rest, Natural Cure in Shaman's case, or something like that. I don't know if there's any other ways to heal yourself as a grass type, because none of these Pokemon can recover outside of Credilli. So I guess you can run Credilli plus sand if you're really a wildling. So, Excadrill, I'm going to be looking forward to using this Pokemon. I don't think a lot of teams have something for this Pokemon, unless it's something like Scarm. Something like Whirlwind Scarm or something, that could work, but like this Pokemon is it's not uncheckable, but it's kind of hard to check, to be honest. But it's draft format, you can run berries and everything, so in that sense, they'll be forced to run certain sets, but I mean, it's gonna be a hard Pokemon to prep for the opponent for sure. Now here we got the Sand Setter. I was really scared that this was gonna get sniped because the Gigalith was kind of fire, but nobody else had sand apart from one dude, and he picked Hippowdon as his sand setter, so that was safe. And that was also the dude who sniped my Stoutland. So Vulpix, if you're watching this, fuck you, fuck you for sniping my Stoutland. But I actually have a better draft now, so I'm actually fine with that. Now we got Gigalith, our physical wall here. Unfortunately, the shake does not get a recovery, but like I'm saying a physical wall, but in sand, with the rock buff that sand gets in Sandstorm, Sand Terrain, I don't know how to call it, but its Spit F is gonna be through the roof as well. So this plus Wish Pass is going to be unbeatable. Like, if you just Wish or Healing Wish into this Pokemon, you can keep it healthy, you can keep it streaming along the way. So it gets sturdy as well if you're, like, if you don't want to run Sand, I guess that's fine, because Sand can also hurt Pokemon like Slowbro and Tangrowth, and you can just chip away at them. So I guess if you want to run sturdy, that is an option as well. If you want to just run like a sturdy Suicide Lead with Boom and Rocks, that is an option as well. Its move pool not too wide. It's basically just gets EQ plus a whole bunch of rock moves plus Stealth Rocks, and that's it. But yeah, it gets Heavy Slam as well and Explosion, which is cool, and definitely something I should have used in my first match. So I already played my first match, by the way. That's gonna be going up later, but yeah, I just wanted to get this video out because I'm kind of like I saw my boy Count Yario, and this man never uploads, and he uploaded it before me, so kind of felt ashamed. So I had to make a video real quick as well. So now let's go on to the last of my defensive core, the double regen core. Tangrowth plus Slowbro, nice regen core. 2 other garbage abilities. Regen is the only thing you would ever want. This shit gets Calm Mind as well. I mean, Oblivious could be kind of cool, I guess, if the opponent has Taunt to shut it down, and then you just prank them with Oblivious. But yeah, we've got Regen, CM, a nice overpowered ability, plus a whole bunch of coverage, like Flamethrower, like Focus Blast, like Grass Knot, Ice Beam. It gets Magic Coat if you want to like actually flex on them. It gets Scald to burn. It gets these 2, which like I think every single Pokemon gets Shadow Ball, Signal Beam. Like when I'm listing coverage for any draft analysis, I always name these 2 because every single Pokemon gets these 2 attacks for whatever reason. It gets T-Wave if you want to be a dick. It gets Slack Off for reliable recovery. It gets Trick Room, which my team isn't that slow, but I can definitely make that work with some like SD Tangrowth shit. Maybe Pearl like min speed, and I can definitely make that work. And yeah, Trick Room is kind of cool. I get Gigalith as well, which if you look at that attack stat, that's kind of looking threatening, to be honest. Although like rock Steel type coverage it might be easy to check in OU, but like if you don't have the Pokemon in draft format, that could be super hard to check. And that's gonna be quite cool with Trick Room. I may bring that one week. You never know. You never know with me. But yeah, that's basically this Pokemon. CM is super cool. Regen is super nice to keep this boy healthy. And yeah, that's basically it. Now we got the last Pokemon here. We got Layla, named after one of my cats. This is the GOAT. This is the greatest to ever do it. Nice prank as well. Like we got 2 of my pranks. This is what I do like. I got Prankster T-Wave on deck. Best Pokemon ever. Prankster Taunt, Prankster T-Wave. If the opponent has a dark type to cock block the prankster, that's kind of annoying since you don't really have a good coverage move to hit that, that's kind of bad outside of U-turn obviously. So I guess you can just grab momentum if they want to go hard into their dark type. I guess it's still kind of fine. It gets sucker punch as well if you don't have enough priority yet. It gets play rough. Oh yeah, it does get play rough for dark types. Okay, never mind. Never mind, I didn't say anything. It gets knockoff, which is nice. It gets pursuit, so it's a pretty good pursuit trapper to be honest. It gets nasty plot if you want to go on the special side because it actually has the same special attack as normal attack, but its special move pool is not that amazing. But it definitely has some moves. You can get that stab dark pulse, you can get a hidden power in there, and that's basically it. But I mean you have like 2 moves, and that's solid. That's right. I mean you can run like nasty plot plus 2 attacks, plus like some like I don't know, prankster move. I guess something like that. You got fake out if you don't have enough priority already. I got nice encore right there. Like it gets a lot of annoying moves for your opponent to deal with, and this is another Pokemon that can really stop sweepers. Although I got unaware Pokemon plus another prankster right here, so plus fake out, like very strong fake out. So this team isn't the fastest, but you get like Sandrush, Excadrill, you get these 2 which are really fast, like Vanilla and Uncle. I mean, Uncle isn't that fast, but it is fast enough, and we got Dr. Prankster, which is kind of fast as well. This Pokemon is kind of fast as well. So you got like a few Pokemon that are kind of fast, but the rest is all this slow. The rest is just slow pieces of shit. But we got Prankster here, you got Prankster here, you got Fake Out here. You got like some other, so you got like Fake Out and Sucker here as well if you want to do damage with priority. But yeah, it's kind of a mix between offense and defense, and I'm really excited to see how this will pan out for the rest of the season because I've already played 1 week. No spoilers though. Yeah, that video will be going up probably tomorrow since I'm a lazy piece of shit. I'll probably record it today actually, but yeah, I'm not gonna upload 2 videos in a day. Like what? Think I'm crazy? Because then I don't have content for another week. Yeah, so I need to give you like some breathing room between my uploads. So yeah, you'll be expecting the first week versus IFO soon, and it's a really fire match. That's all I can say about it. So really excited to use these teams, or use these teams. I mean, use this team. Leave a in the comments, and yeah, leave a like, leave an easy subscription if you haven't. Just hit that red button, just hit that with the swiftness as I hit a random button on my mouse. Very powerful.